Hey, this is Angie again. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out this video software, but I think I left off in my last video starting with the kids. So, where I wanted to go with that talk was basically the kids did okay, although they had some delayed responses that I don't know if are normal or not. For instance, Noah was incredibly clingy, which I would expect. Aiden, I think just knowing him for fear that he might lose me, backed off a lot. Makai did seemed unchanged, although he did move out last fall, so maybe that was his way of dealing with, me going through cancer. It also did not help that his father filed for full custody of them during that year of recovery. So there was a lot going on in their lives, which didn't have to be that way, but it was, and they had to deal with it. So I keep telling myself they will be stronger individuals for it. As far as recovery, it took a while, like probably at least a year to even get back to where I am right now. And I would say every month I improve a little bit more. How did I do that? Well, I would say my positive attitude and Chris Carr's crazy sexy diet. There is a great green juice recipe in here, which I managed to recreate every week, which provides me with three 16-ounce glasses of it. So I've done that. I stopped eating fast food. I've been able to exercise. I started that about a year ago. And I would say just my belief in God and my positive attitude and a great support system. I cannot tell you how much my husband Kevin helped me through this. I I don't know how I would do if he lost his mind, literally lost his mind. Um, so it's very humbling for me to think that this man was able to stay with me and take care of me through all of this. And he did a fantastic job. So, Kevin, if you are watching this, thank you again. Um, what else? Let's see. It's helpful to talk to other people who have had cancer. I think the hardest part for me was losing my hair. I actually kept it in a bag right here. There it is, the long, luscious locks. I feel like I can't remember her name in Little Women when she said, "My hair, it was my one true beauty." So I had many months of scarves. Right after surgery, I guess maybe a few weeks. The surgery ended in June, and at the end of July, I started my radiation and chemo, and I did that through MSTI in Boise. I couldn't drive, which really sucked. So I had to reach out to friends and family to take me to these daily radiation treatments for 6 weeks. We ended up getting a schedule together. So, my mom would take me, Kevin took me, friends would take me. And I had meals for a long time from our church. So thank you, ladies. I think I sent everybody a thank you note that same day, but that really helped. So if you know you have cancer and you're going through surgery, have one of your friends arrange a sign up genius so people can bring food. It is so helpful, and it honestly is amazing just to see people after surgery. So that was a pretty strong component of my healing as well. Again, through the church. So God is involved yet again, which is awesome. Let's see, where am I? So radiation chemo. Okay, so then the chemo or the radiation lasted for 6 weeks. The chemo was an oral chemo, so I would just take it every night during radiation. And then after radiation was over, I went to a monthly chemo schedule where I would take it for 7 days for 6 months. And luckily, I did really well on the oral chemo. There were not a lot of side effects other than the chemo brain, which is a whole other topic. And please call me if you have questions about it. I think it's very normal based on the people that I've talked to. You basically are just scatterbrained the entire time you're on chemo. It doesn't matter what you try and do, you just can't seem to think straight. So that is normal. At least it was for me and everyone I've talked to. So I'm pretty sure it exists. I don't know if it's a medical term, but it should be. So after the chemo, how did I feel? I was tired. I was lethargic. It was a long recovery, even after the doctor said the chemo was out of my body. I never really believed that. So I guess that ended in February of 2016, and it took probably about 6 months for me to get to where I am today. So from February, March, April, May, June, July, from like August of 2016 until now, I've still had slow improvements, but they have not been vast improvements. Like it wouldn't be, I couldn't say, oh, I was this way out of surgery and then I magically became this way. It's been a long progression of time and patience and just recovering from this brain cancer. So every report I've had has been good since then. I can actually get my next MRI and visit done here in Boise and then go back to Huntsman in another year. I just had my checkup. The tumor is still there. They didn't get all of it out due to my request. And I think that's good. I'm glad I am the way I am. I have plans to do other things to keep living. I have a larger goal in life. I have something to live for. I have a lot to be grateful for, and I never forget that. So if you're wondering how I did it, positive attitude, great diet, God, a great support network, and wonderful kids, wonderful family. So thank you, everybody. I hope if you have any questions, you will not hesitate to call 208-941-5641, Angie Sheltry, or you can just email me, Angie@AngelaSheltry.com.